Start recording, and then we'll go ahead and hit play in 3, 2, 1, play.
It is playing.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is our first gold game of the week. My name is Marismatic. With me, casting this game is going to be Venus Breakers Captain Savage to the B. Say hello.
I can't play jungle, but I can maybe cast. So you know what? Take victories where you can.
On the bottom side of the map, we're in the blue health bars. This game's going to be Vipers. In the top lane, Shadesy will be playing Camille. Roche in the jungle, going to be our substitute. Maybe they're starting jungler from here on, but he's playing a Mumu. I'm a gay robot, team captain playing Xerath mid. Might have to interrupt introductions for just a second as Dogmar and Roche going to go ahead and fight. Gay robot lands the Arcano Pulse just for a little bit of damage, and nothing more interesting will happen than that. To finish introductions there, Revan Christ and Droopy the Clown in the bot lane for Vipers will be on Ezreal and Thresh. And you want to go ahead and introduce Team Fusion for me?
Yep. And on top side, with the red health bars, is Team Fusion. We got Dogmar in the top lane playing Poppy, the Pike jungle from HoAC. That's a new one. Uncle Jabronis on the Corki. I haven't seen that pick actually in a while. And then our bot lane, Pardisuta and Codekin on Ashe and Alistar.
So I guess just to pick your brain for a minute while we while everything kind of settles in, uh, have you played Pike Jungle? Do you feel like that's a particularly good pick?
Like, I am too eager to spend my blue essence, and I can't save up for him. But I have played him. I got him on Aram, and he seems kind of fun. But seeing him jungle a little bit, just because clear speed, and sure, his ganks would be pretty reliable, but I don't really see how he can clear the jungle very efficiently.
Yeah, my experience with Pike Jungle, I've had him in 2 normal games now, and my experience is that he dies to his second buff and then just doesn't do anything the rest of the game. So hopefully Hoey has practiced it, has a different clear path in mind than the traditional one. I guess we'll know here in a minute if we see that execute come out.
If they should just surrender if that happens at that point. That's just all right. Game's over, boys.
Roche and Dogma are going to go ahead and scrap over the first Scuttle Crab up in top lane. Shadesy sliding down, but he's only level 1.
Ooh, that was a good.
That's going to be the interaction I think we see most of the game. Jabronis and Hoey are here trying to dash forward. Shadesy's taken really low. Flash forward from Jabronis trying to land that auto damage, and will pick up first blood for Team Fusion.
Best fight for Vipers. It started off pretty good with the 2v1, but they didn't realize that it over, which they did.
Yeah, it just looked like Fusion was a little bit faster to collapse than Vipers was. Gay Robot wasn't able to slide over in time to really get any damage down. And plus, poor Shadesy was sitting there at level 1 compared to level 2s across the board. And it had his one ability that he'd taken basically be nullified by Poppy.
That is very unfortunate.
I can say as a fairly long-term Camille player now, I hate seeing Poppy. The Poppy W is so easy to block hookshot with, and that means that you don't have that clear engagement opportunity for if you're Camille that you normally do. So, like, rather than maxing E, I almost want to see him max the tactical sweep or his Q in that lane.
Yeah, I've seen Poppy, I think, maybe like 2 or 3 times in my normal games recently, and every time it's some Mastery 7 Poppy that destroys me.
Yeah, we actually have a Poppy jungle main in OKLCS. It's always really entertaining to watch him play, but he picks it like every time it's available, and his gank paths are just ridiculous on it. I don't understand how he gets so much value out of the champion, but it's really bizarre. It's like Poppy's kind of useless if you pick her up, but in the hands of all of these Mastery 7 people, it's just disgusting.
It's OP. She gets more base stats the higher mastery you have. That's what it feels like.
So you mentioned you like seeing the Corki pick. Do you like it into Xerath, or were you just happy to
I just
see
haven't
it
seen it in a while. I guess with the marksman changes, it kind of affected Corki too because he builds in the IE. I don't know. I'm hoping. It looks like he's doing good. He's got a kill. He's got the CS lead.
Yeah, I'm
I
actually
like it.
surprised that he's so far ahead of Xerath. Xerath is relatively sustained, like gets the mana back from the autos from his passive. Usually you
And
don't
he's
see
got
them
the
fall.
range advantage.
Yeah, usually you don't see him fall too far behind early on, but already that 15 CS advantage for Corki.
It also helped with after Corki getting the kill, he did early recall. Bought items TP back to lane while Xerath just kind of stayed there.
Yeah, both mid laners have teleport, so do both top laners, so we could see some really interesting engages. Droopy the Clown looking for this. Gonna go ahead and pull in Roche. Codekin knocks one away, but the hook, that's a nice death
Ooh,
sentence on Karasuda. Karasuda forced to flash away. Everybody ticking pretty low. Revenchrist low as well, but Viper's not able to finish off any of these kills. The Flay not gonna connect from Droopy the Clown either.
that was a good flash by Ashe there. Unfortunate that he got hit by the hook, but living is what is important.
Yeah, that was an, I don't want to say an interesting interaction, but Codekin was able to headbutt it well. We're going to see some action now as Roche going to get aggressed on by HoEC. Codekin is here going to land the headbutt and pulverize. The lantern out to safety though from Droopy to Clown is there. Revenchrist arcane shifts forward but not able to land that critical damage. And there's a lot of blinking health bars now from bot lane.
Thresh Lantern is the most annoying ability for me.
Dogmar and Shadesy
You get
getting
the
into it
Dogma.
in top lane as well, but again, that the Poppy W just able to negate the hook shot means that damage from Shadesy is much less than it should be. And he's still maxing the hook shot. I don't like being critical, but that's a tough one in this lane. Shadesy
I don't know about
actually
that
going to get taken out by the Keeper's
one.
Verdict
Ooh,
from Dogmar. The solo kill in top lane for Poppy.
bad decision making by Shadesy by staying that close to his tower.
Yeah, plus look at there was an item disadvantage too. Like Dogmar had been able to go back and get a cloth armor and his boots, whereas Shadesy was sitting on just a longsword. Also worth noting, hasn't put a ward down yet this game.
Wards kill. Or wards save lives, rather, but not warding kills.
This looks more like my Pike jungle experience, by the way. There he is. 100 health in his own jungle fighting the wolves. I'm glad that's still bugged too. The Ghost Water dive is just like 17 times too loud. So
I didn't
whenever
even
he
notice.
W's in the middle of team fights, it just will wreck your ears, just as a warning.
Oh, I hear that now.
Yeah.
Shoot. Pike versus the Raptors. Epic fight. Who will win?
So as a jungler, do you
on
really like having Ashe on your team just for the free hawk shots?
Enjoy that. But people don't play Ashe anymore. Greenets at least.
Yeah,
I get a lot of Lucians.
yeah, Karasuda seems to have his own idea of strong AD carry picks. He's pulled out the Callisto when it's available, and he seems to
A
default to
very
the
good
Ashe.
Callisto player.
Yeah, he seems to go to the Ashe after that, and that's not the tier list that you see from that's not the tier list you normally see from most AD carries. Tacit calling you out in the chat, telling you that he didn't tell him you were going to shoutcast the game.
Yes, I did. See, my friends don't listen to me.
I don't want to push it too much. We don't need any infighting between the Venus Breakers. By the way, Venus Breakers game will be at 8 o'clock tonight. I've got a special third caster on the line for that as well. Droopy's going to go ahead and pull in Roche. Curse of the Sad Mummy's still available, and he'll go ahead and just snipe away the kill on Codekin. But a 2 for 0 in bot lane. Meanwhile, HoEC's going to get aggressive in top. Oh, the dash from...
That was pretty good. Barely getting out.
It didn't look like he got the stun, but the hook shot off the wall didn't get buffered correctly, it looked like. But Shadesy able to get out of the gank anyway.
And stays alive. Mumu pick is interesting. I don't see that very often either.
Yeah, it's weird. We've seen a Mumu a couple of times in the last 2 weeks. but Amumu's super easy to execute. If it's not an early game jungler against you, then you have that.
I can't see the
That
health bar.
yeah, gives you a health
Okay,
bar
there it
plus you get Curse of the Sad Mummy on your team. Jabroni's is here. He's got the package. Gonna go ahead and
Ooh,
lay that
nice.
down onto Droopy the Clown and pick up one.
They could do there.
Teleport. I don't know about
TP
this
down
teleport
bottom.
from Shadesy, but he's gonna come in anyway. 3 members here from Fusion, and it looks like it's just gonna be the disengaged. Fusion actually looking to maybe get a little bit aggressive. Codekin's still only level 5, so he doesn't have the Alistar ultimate available.
I wanted to go in there, but decided not to.
Gabe Robot has slid down as well as Hoey. Actually, Hoey and Jabronis have decided to go ahead and duo out the dragon at the same time.
Dragon it is.
Yeah, they're going to be a little bit upset about this one, I think, because Vipers should have the numbers advantage here on the bot side of the map. So I don't want to say it's against the run of play, but Team Fusion able to sneak away that Cloud Dragon. Have you been watching any of the pro play, Savage?
Do I watch LCS?
Have you seen any of the Bruiser bot lane things? What's your thought on all of that?
Actually, I think I have an unpopular opinion. I like it because in the bot lane is the most boring thing ever. So now bot lane is just like top lane where you can play like anything. It's pretty cool to see that they finally changed it so that it opens up more players to more things.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that as long as 80 carries, like traditional ranged 80 carries, are still viable and are still the probably default best strategy. I don't care if there's strategies that counter it, but like as long as it's the default best strategy still, I think I'm okay with it. I also just hate it from the perspective of playing in a competitive league right now because it just makes everything kind of difficult to plan for, but
Seeing Yasuo bot lane more than anything else.
yeah, I think that was even happening prior to the other bruisers,
I see
really.
it more now.
Yeah, I feel like they even played it in the Demacia Cup, the little tournament that China did before, like in between MSI and the start of the season. Meanwhile, Roche is trying to get the Rift Herald. Rift Herald's actually going to go over to Jabroni's. I'm a gay robot able to pick up one with the right of the arcane, though. I didn't see who actually picked up the Herald, but Fusion has it. Meanwhile, bot lane's going to go ahead and scrap as well. Karasuda's taken pretty low. Codekin just trying to body block for him, but now he's separated from his AD carry. Codekin will pick up one with the E, but now Gay Robot's here. He lands the Arcano Pulse for the kill. And Revan Christ going to go ahead and Arcane Shift forward. Gay Robot picks up his second kill, but now the counter teleport from Dogmar. Can he land the auto? He's just trying to get Revan Christ. Not going to land it. Goes ahead and gets the hammer smash. Down.
Dogmar could get onto him because Gay Robot missed that stun, but ended up being fine.
Hoey now in mid lane looking for a little bit of aggressiveness as well. The Bone Skewer going to land onto Roche, takes him pretty low. He has the ultimate available. No, he doesn't actually, so.
Oh, he doesn't have his ult. Okay.
Yeah, never mind. Tell a lie. Not going to be able to finish that one up. Meanwhile, Shadesy getting a little bit of free time with the top turret. Doesn't have the best turret taking ability right now. Doesn't have the Sheen, so just the Tiamat and Ruby Crystal means that probably not going to be able to take this. And actually, Jabroni's looks like he might want him as well.
Ended without having very much vision, but he ends up getting out. Alright, so. Looks like Alistar skin, actually. I just noticed that.
Yeah, the Hextech Alistar. He's played it once before, and I think that's the only time I've seen it. Sorry about the video stuttering, by the way.
That's alright. I didn't know if that was just my computer or if that was the actual video.
Nope, that's the video, unfortunately. I recorded these Monday night while I was trying to do other things. There's the Ash Arrow anyway. Gonna land onto Revan Christ. Hoey goes forward. There's the
That was a
Pike Jungle
good
special,
arcane
though.
shield by Riven Price.
Droopy now going to go ahead and land the auto attack to be able to take out Karasuda. That's 2 kills in
Turning
favor of
this.
Vipers so far. And now Codekin's ultimate's going to wear out, and Revenchrist should be able to chase this one down.
Good 2-3 right there. I like that. Take a look at the scoreboard. The CSC fusion getting pretty big across.
Jabronis and Dogmar are just going to go ahead and straight dive onto Shadesy in top lane. They have the Rift Herald up there as well. So that should be a pretty decent
We
push.
get 2 towers out of that.
Just Shelly just meleeing the charge onto the tower there. Kind of funny.
My favorite interaction with the Rift Herald is where it charges at something and then that gets destroyed, like in the base, and then it just charges backwards.
Revenchrist gets pulled in by the Bone Skewer, and Hoey will pick up his first kill with that ultimate. I always want to call it the X marks the spot, but that's not the name. That's just a
No, Fear Beyond Death is Urgot.
Fear Beyond Death. Oh. Something Beyond Death. I don't know. Oh, now my mouse is getting in the way onto the wolves.
From Death from Below or something.
Death from Below, that's it, yeah. Basically, Pike is just cosplaying as a submarine. I think that's his actual lore, honestly. Bone Skewer's
Yellow
gonna land on
submarine.
Now he needs a yellow submarine skin. Just dress him up like the Beatles in that music video. That'd be pretty solid. Riot's
Who is
just hire
taking
you.
his own blue buff? It's the second and third blue buff are not yours.
Yeah, you'd have to think with the Corki and the Xerath in the game that we'd see the blue buffs on the mid laners, but junglers both being a little bit greedy today.
Oh, junglers. It's unacceptable.
Hook
Go push
over the
the
wall
top.
from Droopy. The Dragon's down to about 3,000 now as Revenchrist just being zoned off by Dogmar. Dogmar's actually uses the Keeper's Verdict to just lock up 3 people. The Dragon resets in the middle of this. Revenchrist picks up Codekin as he went in. Didn't even use the Alistar ultimate. And now Vipers are on the hunt. Arcanopos over the wall isn't going to pick up anything. Shadesy maybe a little bit...
A little ballsy. That was a good flash. Video quality, but that was a good flash by Shadesy. I like that.
Yeah, he was able to get in, get a little bit of damage in, and then get back out to safety. Sorry about the video quality. We'll have to pay more attention next time to not do a bunch of extra stuff while I'm recording. You'll live and learn. This is the first time I've done this, so...
Good for Vipers right now.
Flash forward onto the hook, and Jabronis is going to get caught under tower. This has been non-stop fighting for the last couple of minutes now. Codekin comes in, picks up one. Yeah, this is definitely turning into an ARAM. Arcanopulse going to land, but not enough damage now as Dogmar goes ahead and locks up. That'll be a double kill for Codekin. The 3 and 4 Alistar making his presence felt.
He's about to get a triple kill.
Trying to land it onto Gay Robot, but he's going to get taken down by Revenchrist in the process. Meanwhile, Hoey will clean up one on the other side. Revenchrist now, maybe in a little bit of trouble. Bone Skewer not available for Hoey, though, and that's a lot of blinking health bars for Fusion, and they'll finally back out. That's a really extended 3 for 2.
It looked good for Vipers in the beginning, but then they lost 3.
Yeah, and Vipers, we haven't even really reset recently, but Vipers have the... How? Little over 2,000 gold lead right now, plus the turret advantage. It should be a little bit cleaner team fighting from them. Ooh.
Close, actually.
Yeah, that was reasonably close on the True Shot Barrage. Dogmar.
I
don't think that...
if they were CSing better, but... What can you do?
Yeah, that's also true. Their solo lane's getting pretty out CS'd right now.
Not look like Revenchrist is opting for the double tier build just yet.
Yeah, that's also kind of interesting.
First.
He's got the Bilgewater Cutlass first, yeah. And then Ashe has the Essence Reaver first. I don't know how up to date you are in AD carry builds, but do you like the Essence Reaver first Or would you prefer to see maybe like a Storm Razor or...
On Ash, I'm not really too sure. Because, I mean, the Essence Reaver is obviously a very good item right now.
Yeah, I've also seen Blade of the Ruin King rushes on Ash recently.
If you, it's good, I guess, if you're using your close range ultimate, but if you're like firing it across the map, then you won't really get much from the passive. But her using her Q and W a lot. Ooh.
Yeah, Codekin gets caught. He was just going in to try to ward there near Baron and didn't expect to find 4 members waiting over the wall. So Roche will pick up the kill. Tacit in the chat saying Blade of the Ruin King Essence is bad on her. I've seen both ways. I'm not 100% sure.
I know. They're going for Baron here, and they have...
Yeah, I'm not sure about this Baron call. Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands over the wall. Hoey's going to get taken down, though. Maybe this was all a bait. Viper's just looking to turn. They pick up 1, but in return, Jabroni's is going to actually kill out Shadesy on the top side of the fight.
Dogmar's teleporting.
Dogmar comes in, the only member with full health. He's going to pin Roche to the wall and pick up 1. Gay Robot will get knocked up, and that'll be the double kill picked up by Poppy. What do you think of the call to go for Baron in that situation?
Vipers didn't have enough information to go for Baron. All their members were up. Their jungler was up. Poppy was up soon. That is, I don't think, very good.
Yeah, I think at 20 minutes, the pick onto the support isn't quite enough to go ahead and do that. I'm glad they peeled immediately off of the Baron to go for the fight. But...
Shadesy was too low when he went in onto the Corki.
So that stretches that gold lead. It's pretty much back to even now as Fusion climbing their way back into the game. I'm still kind of waiting for Hoey to really show us something on the Pyke. Although I guess by virtue of not completely feeding so far, he's been better than most of the Pyke jungles that I've seen.
Kill.
So if you're Vipers right now, what are you looking for?
They're looking for probably picks, although Amumu can get a good engage with his ultimate and his Q. Someone like the Corki or the Ashe, and they'll have a lot easier time fighting, but I don't know if they can really 5v5 with all their...
Do you like this setup with Camille by herself? I think if Camille's ahead, this is okay.
Teleport. Yeah. Or
Looks
being
like
in a side lane is better than not having teleport, but...
Yeah, looks like they spotted out Jabroni.
He doesn't even have an item.
Yeah, that's true. He's sitting on the bits of everything build right now.
And special shout out, they gave I'm a Gay Robot the blue buff. He has blue buff.
Nice, at least he got it in 23 minutes. Dragon's coming up. I have no idea what flavor of dragon it is. I guess we'll find out. Oh, it's an Infernal Dragon.
That is
the spicy boy.
Testable objective.
Roche immediately tries to start it up. Dogmar, I believe, spots him.
That's very good. They don't have enough information.
Keeper's Verdict just launches him back over the wall. That's going to delay it. And Dogmar will take control of the dragon for now. Reverend Christ has found Karasuda there on the side. Everybody's just a little bit split. Roche tries to go in for the steal, but it's secured by Hoey C. Shadesy comes in with the Hextech Ultimatum, trying to chunk out Jabroni's. He's going to pay for it with his life in a 1-for-1. Now Roche just looking for the lockup. Pyke gets killed in the middle of his ultimate. Dogmar chasing down Roche, but he's separated from the rest of his team and is forced to run away. Reverend Christ has the red buff. If he can get an auto or a Q down, he could maybe look to pick this up. Will land the auto, but his red buff actually timed up. Dogmar picks up 1.
And Roche stays. Why would he stay?
And Reverend Christ will pick up his 7th kill of the game. That Ezreal's starting to look pretty scary. Well, he was scary before that, but...
Scary, and that is for sure.
So now it's back to about a 2,000 gold lead for Vipers here at 25 minutes. This will be the 3rd lead change of the game.
teleport in from Corki down bot lane.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed from Fusion is they're not afraid at all to use that teleport basically whenever they want. They're
Yeah.
not looking for an ideal situation. They're just like, man, we've got teleport. Might as well just go ahead and get down there.
Is he going to give the blue buff? Nope.
Corki isn't as demanding of the blue buff, I guess, as some other mid laners. I don't know that you need it on your level 11 Pike right now, but
We won't get too upset about it. Huge wave stacking top lane.
Bone Skewer's going to find Droopy to
Ooh,
clown
that's
as
a
Coatkin
pick.
goes in with the headbutt pulverize. They're not doing much damage to him because of the
might
aftershock
get-
right now, but Hoey will go ahead and finish him off with the death from below. Now he's going to Ghost Water dive forward, has Bone Skewer. Not able to land, but the Enchanted Crystal Arrow that came out at the same time does. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there from Coatkin as he knocks Ezreal away, and the True Shot Barrage will make him pay for it. Shadesy's here, going to land the ultimatum down onto Karasuda, and then immediately break it by running away. Dogmar's channeled his teleport in, but now Roche looks to re-engage as he lands the Bandage Toss right at the Arcane coming out. Not able to land a whole lot of the shots, does land 3 of them onto Karasuda and force him back away.
Alright, that's it. 1 for 1. For support.
Yeah, that was an interesting fight. It didn't look like either team really wanted to continue to engage, but they were just like, man, we're both here, we better fight.
Gold lead back to equal. Team Fusion actually ahead by a couple hundred gold. That's just a result of Vipers not really pushing towers, getting towers recently.
Roche thinks he's found Hoey, but he's going to get locked into the wall by Dogmar.
Gotcha.
Jabroni's is the only damage source here, though, so Dogmar's just going to send him flying.
And he has no mana. Which
Man,
can easily be avoided.
Yeah, man, if only there was some sort of buff that gave you mana on the map. Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands onto Reverend Christ. He's still alive, though, trying to output damage. Roche gets locked up, but the death from below will finally finish him up. And Fusion now seems to have found the fight that they wanted. Dogmar's going to die to the turret now as Coatkin starts to take it up. He's got the ultimate available, though, so he might be okay. No, it doesn't look like it. Droopy's going to pick him up. Death from below not going to land as Pike goes a little bit too far forward. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Jabroni's has won a 1v1 against Shadesy. Right of the Arcane not going to pick it up, although we're apparently just going to watch Xerath stand there rather than the shots going down.
Alright, 3 for 3 fight. Even trades. Gold lead staying the same.
Yeah, the big key, I think, and we didn't get to see it at all, was Jabroni's able to just solo out Shadesy. That feels pretty bad as the Camille.
Yeah, Shadesy is just so incredibly behind. With almost a Titanic, I believe. Second tier from Reverend Christ.
There we go. So that'll be a little bit later to stack than normal. Normally you'll see it complete around the 30-minute mark, but instead it'll probably be closer to 35 when we see the Archangels finished. Or the Seraphs, excuse me. I always flip those for some reason. Hoey's going to take his own red buff, too. Worth noting.
Well, the Ashe is 0 and 3, so as much as it might help, it might not be. Well, I guess he's died 6 times. Never mind. Retract my statement.
They grab the Scuttle. They have all of the vision around Baron, and right now all that's there for Vipers is the lone pink ward near top. Roche goes in, he finds all 5 of them.
They're about to face check.
He almost accidentally had a great team fight out of that, though. Jabroni's is going to pick up Roche, though, as Shadesy looking to get in. He's just going to solo out Karasuda in the middle of that. The damage from the Camille is actually there. Hoey, meanwhile, able to turn it back around. Stun lands. The hook from Droopy to Clown onto Dogmar means that they can continue to chase this. Reverend Christ not able to find the Q. Does the red buff take him down? It does. Coatkin now on the re-engage. Reverend Christ is a big man, though. That's the double kill for Ezreal, looking for 3.
You get pinned up against... Ooh.
That was a good arcane shift. He knew that Dogmar was in the bush. Dogmar is just a little bit too strong, though, as he picks up the buckler for the shield.
He shot his Q backwards. That was actually kind of funny. Roche did not use his ultimate at all while he was in the middle of that fight.
Yeah, he accidentally wandered into 5 of them. You think you just press R instinctively and lock up as many people as you can, but not able to get the Curse of the Sad Mummy off meant that the team fight just got split apart. Ultimately
Hmm.
does go in favor of Vipers, but now they're without their AD carry for 14 as they start up the Air Dragon.
Which they should be able to get pretty easily. This match is all about movement speed. 3 Cloud Dragons.
Yeah, 2 in favor of Vipers now. They've got the blinding fast rotation over as they ping out Baron. There's a Banner of Command now in mid lane. Looks like Thresh is
Banner.
the one that picked that up. What do you think of the Amumu item build? Do you like the Abyssal Mask into armor?
I don't know why he built the Abyssal Mask. I mean, I know Corki does magic damage, but like... you know what? Never mind. I retract my statement. That's fine.
You think it's fine?
That's
Okay. Roche looking for a fight now as Dogmar
I
able
would
to
have
pin Shadesy against the wall. Gonna go ahead and knock the Camille away, so this is effectively a 4v4 now. Codekin goes in. He's been really late on the ultimates, I've noticed, this game. Revan Christ picks up 1. He's pretty safe on the back. He and Jabroni's are relatively safe while the rest of the fight is just exploding. Double kill picked up by Pike, and now
Ken is
Codekin's in
not
trouble as
dying.
Shadesy comes over the wall. Jabroni's has stayed safe. On the other side, he picks up the double. That'll be the triple for Corki, and I believe he picked up the kill gold on the Pike assists as well. So I think that's effectively a pentakill for Corki. Ultimately, it's the full house, though, as he picks up 3 and Pike picks up 2. And that'll be the push in mid as they get the ace for 3.
Good originally when it started for Vipers, but Shadesy getting kicked out really kind of hurt them because he can't tank all the damage and then just die. He's just going to run back in when they all die and then die. So it's kind of bad for them. Robot got caught out first instead of being able to put out damage.
Friday the Arcane coming through. He's trying to pick off Jabroni's. Only lands 1 of the shots, though. Needs that extra shot. Needs level 16. And the support's taking the XP.
Knight's Valiant to Revan Christ. I like that.
The counter banner has been picked up as well by Codekin. So both teams with 1 banner of command. Always interesting to keep track of. And it looks like Ezreal should be nearly finished on that Archangels now. Poppy's going to get caught. That's a huge W, though. He actually got like 3 or 4 different dashes and uses Droopy to try to get out. True Shot Barrage not going to be enough to pick anything up, and Dogmar should be able to get out of this. Hoey goes in. Yeah, this fight's kind of all over the place. The ultimatum comes down as well. So far, it's 2 for 1 as Corki trying to look to turn everything back around. Roche is in trouble on the backside. Karasuda just outputting damage as they'll pick up the triple kill for Corki. It's just the Xerath left alive. Do they have the availability to actually collapse on that? Codekin, maybe not the member you wanted that far forward with no health. Jabroni's trying to pick this up.
Valkyrie onto him.
Has the Valkyrie available, doesn't need it, just going to land the autos. That'll be another 3 for 5 ace in favor of Team Fusion. And there's the teleport.
Pretty fast.
Jabroni's not afraid to use that teleport, but he'll go ahead and pick up a turret for his trouble.
7,000 gold lead now for Fusion.
Yeah, through these messy fights, they've been able to continually secure advantages. Jabroni's has been the big damage dealer, it looks like. He's sitting at 13 and 3 now on that Corki, and will almost be able to complete his build, I imagine, on this bag.
There's the Maw.
Mana Vamp Scepters, so yeah, he's just a half item away from being finished up.
The Corki just hit more skill shots onto the Ezreal than Ezreal did on the Corki, so that's why he got picked off from the back. But I couldn't really see that.
Yeah, the directed camera hasn't been super kind with some of these team fights. It's focusing on the melee people all smacking each other.
Just to watch Amumu smack the blue buff. That's what it's telling us to watch. jungle, not going too bad. The
Yeah, right
minions
now he
though.
he doesn't really have to jungle anymore, so it's not a huge deal. Although he's gonna get caught maybe just a little bit, forced to flash away. Flash burned on the jungler, is that the key for Vipers now?
Gonna chase a little bit too far, but decided not to. A wise choice.
They spot Pike again. Oh, the hook lands onto Jabroni's. Are they able to actually finish him off? Hextech Ultimatum comes through. He's able to trade back one, but the double kill coming through. It's actually 2 for 2 so far, but there's the death from below from HoEC, able to pick up one. Now Xerath's in trouble as he goes down as well. The double kill for HoEC. Both of his carries are down, but he's going to try to do the heavy lifting as Pike. Headbutt away from Codekin means that Roche out to a little bit of safety. Doesn't get the pin either, but they're still landing enough slows. Bone Skewer does land from Hoey. Meanwhile, the banner minion picks up the kill in top, or the turret in top lane, and there's a 3 for 2 an ace for 2. A little bit better for Fusion than the last couple, but they don't have the raw pushing power that they normally have.
That Pike coming in pretty useful in these late fights.
Yeah, Karasuda and Jabroni's
That
got locked
ultimate
up
is
under
so
the
good.
tower, but they were able to get everybody low enough that Hoey was able to go on his execution spree.
Hmm. Seraph's Embrace not quite finished for Revan Christ quite yet. Hopefully in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage that he's missing out on once he finishes that up.
Aaron and Vipers have no idea.
Yeah, the
I
warding
don't know
from
if I keep looking at
Vipers
chat.
hasn't seemed as strong. I don't know if they've been pressured off of Vision or if it's just maybe a little bit of deficit in their play, but that'll be an uncontested Baron. They're going to find Roche as well with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and they'll be able to pick that one up. Jabroni's will pick up his 16th kill of the game out of the back of it.
Gay Robot has a far sight that he did not use to spot out the Baron. So that might be a little bit of a misplay by him, but I don't know if he really could have gotten there to do it.
But now the Baron, they should have a cannon or a banner as well. Dogmar
Oh
just
boy.
doesn't really take damage anymore. Not that he did to begin
Dogmar
with.
heals when he gets the 5 at least.
They'll go ahead and knock away Ezreal and go ahead and pick up the kill onto Camille as they're forcing their way through. Xerath isn't particularly close. He's finally able to contribute now for the Vipers. But you're missing your jungler and your top laner now as all of the minions in the entire universe are pouring into the base. That Nexus turret did not last very long. Hook gonna land the last stand now for the Vipers as they're trying to clear out their base, but Fusion focuses Nexus and they'll take it down.
Ending with a 13,000 gold lead. That was a good mid to late game by Team Fusion.
Yeah,
But,
it was back and forth through that early to mid game, and then Fusion found a couple of good fights. They got the 2 back-to-back 5 for 3 aces, and that was the big snowball, I think.
they did. Or
Uh,
Vipers kind of misplayed through that mid game, didn't keep their CS up. Come back.
so put you on the spot. Who's your game 1 MVP?
MVP. We got to give it to Jabronis on the Corki.
Uncle Jabroni's on the Corky, gonna win game 1
Without him,
MVP.
they don't win that. In my opinion, they don't win that without him.
Absolutely. I'm gonna give a shout out to Dogmar. I thought he played a really fantastic Poppy, and the Poppy seemed like the perfect counter into this. You can stop the Ezreal, the Thresh, the Camille, and the Mumu from engaging on your team, and
Yeah,
it was a good pick. He played it out
it's a
pretty
pretty good
well.
pick. Played really well.
So anyway, Jabroni's is going to be the game 1 MVP. Team Fusion's going to take a 1-0 advantage going into game number 2. We're going to step aside for just a couple of minutes while we load up game 2. Enjoy some music. This is LeagueKC Gold League. This is Meristmatic, and with me is Savage to the B. We'll be right back.